Hear this. It was only Eve that satisfied Adam. Hear this. The Bible says when a man finds himself a wife, he finds himself a good thing. Key word, finds. The reason why God said finds is because it's important for a woman to understand that she has to be a wife. She has to want to be a wife. She has to be on that path before she even comes across her other half. Hear this. You got a lot of people struggling today in their marriages and relationships, and I'm going to keep it real with you. It's important that we understand why we're getting involved. It's to please God. And to please God is to put our faith and trust in God. To be a wife is to be ready to trust. I get it. It's so hard to trust a man. Of course. Look at what men do out here every day. But I think the whole truth and the fact is women, they get so much different attempts from different men who want to be with them and date them. But one thing I think a woman misses out when choosing the man for them, based on my personal perspective and women that I talk to all the time, and I give them advice and, vice versa from time to time. But what I've picked up on, hear this, a lot of women don't usually choose a man who's willing to trust them. They don't choose a man that is God-fearing. They don't choose a man that is, willing to marry them. A lot of women actually choose men that it's like they want to change, opposed to finding a man who's willing to change or willing to walk that narrow path with Christ. And I don't think that our generation wants to watch a man build that relationship and become who the man needs to be. A lot of women don't have faith in God and what God can do within people in general, or within their man that they may choose. Most women want the man to have it all in the beginning, which I think is like a fairy tale, these days, because it's like, this is still life. Like, people still gotta live every day. But I think when you meet a person, it's somebody who has that mindset that you value. I think that it's important. When you know that you are ready to have this relationship, this marriage, you want to, get married before you do the fornication, whatever it is, right? You respecting God's law. You really want to, have that type of experience. I believe that you have to give yourself time and be ready to trust in the beginning. Like, you have to be willing to be that person before you get to that relationship that you want to be in. And if you're not completely there, you have to do your best to be there. Same thing for husbands, the men who want to be a husband one day. Like, you have to become that man. You have to be working towards that. And even if you're not there, you ain't going to be there if you don't have the other half anyway. Vice versa with the wives, women who want to be married. You have to be willing to be a wife before you get married. The Bible says if a man finds a wife, trust me, a man's going to want to marry a woman based off of what he sees in her, the potential in her. She becomes a wife after that man makes that decision. So it's a lot of convincing, it's a lot of persuading, it's a lot of, revealing that's going to take place in the process of this type of relationship that people may want to be a part of, and it's a decision that you're making, because once you make that decision, you're putting your trust in that person, and you're putting your trust that God has chose that person for you. All right, so I don't know who this message is for, but I'm just here to encourage somebody who wants this type of relationship, who values God's way of going about this type of lifestyle. You are worthy of it. God, yes, He's very real, and God does help people understand who they are for the relationship type that's for them. And not only that, God will reveal to you who you can be for the person that He may call you to be with. But like I said, first you have to find the person who is willing to be that person. That was the husband that wife before things even start to kick off, right? Like I said, don't choose nobody who is not ready. Don't choose nobody who's obviously not on the same page.